Yeah, it was actually quite a bit of fun.
A little.
Anyone else?
What does that mean?
Okay, I'll say, I said a little about this too. Have started kind of at the Frank here at the Disney Concert Hall, trying to serve some papers to Tony Stark in Iron Man 1, to actually find myself back in the black suit, walking into a room and seeing the doors swing open. And there were the Avengers. I kind of felt like it was the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That's my
I
wish.
had a week to live, nobody had told me, and this is a great way they were sending me out.
Oh my god! That's terrible.
Yeah, I had a similar experience too. I feel like I started the movie and we were doing a lot of helicarrier stuff. But when everyone came in, it was so intimidating.
People should ask her
and
things about
you
how
could
much
not
your
see me
mother.
because I was glued to the back. I was like, I was a fly on the wall. I was so intimidated with everyone. But I think that's sort of how it started off. And then as time went on, you know, we all became friends, and there was a lot of time to hang out on set. So
There was not a lot of times when everyone was in town at exactly the same moment, but the night there was, my favorite text I may have ever gotten in my life was from Chris Evans, and it just said, "Assemble."
Change my name in middle first.
Albuquerque may never recover from that evening.
I don't think any of us will recover from that evening.
Party hard.
Yeah, that was a fun night. Actually.
Man, that was a fun night.
I remember. You don't remember. I remember. I'm afraid I'm going to tell the story, Chris.
Nothing happened that night legally in public.
No. There was some dancing involved, and I remember looking back to the only two people in the club who weren't dancing, and Messrs. Evans and Hemsworth I heard Chris saying, "But how do you get this thing here?" Chris Hemsworth was saying, "I don't know, mate, like, just work it out and stuff." Two brothers in the house.
Chris Evans is right.
Okay, then I remember one moment in the VIP booth with a whole bunch of people there having a birthday, and all of a sudden, the kind of people parted, and there was Scarlett really breaking down some moves. I'd seen the birthday boy go, "Happy?" He wasn't Rucola, but he was Romanov.
Stop.
All right, sir. What is your question?
Hi, I'm Sean. Throughout all of the movies and like the movies leading up to this, there's kind of been a little snippet at the end of each movie to kind of lead into the next one. Are we going to have something like that in this movie? And if so, what movie would it lead to?
I didn't hear it.
Just ask him how it ends. How the movie ends? I already tell you that. It's a nice tradition, and I like tradition, so I think we'll keep that up.
They do all of that. There's like one movie that they didn't do it before. I forgot what it was.
Yes.
But I was watching with some people, and I was watching with David, and David knew about it. He was like, "Guys, wait till the end. There's definitely something." And we waited like 20 minutes, and there wasn't anything.
Him working with Wolverine, considering their relationship in the past.
Was that one guy? Thanks for letting me hear it again.
It's my fault.
Stop telling me about David.
Wolverine would probably not show up in Captain America 2,
Funny
which
story.
is, you never know someday. You never know. I never thought this would happen, and now here we are. All right. Guys, again, this is not Price is Right, please.
Question for Tom, even though all of you are amazing. Your character has mythology both in the comics and in actual mythology, so I was wondering what your favorite story from Norse mythology was.
But he doesn't know any.
These are hard questions.
These aren't hard.
It's a really good story about how he...
It's definitely the only one
I
he
can't remember the
knows.
specifics of it, but basically Loki...
That's what you really
he
Is it the
disguises
first one?
himself as a horse.
Oh, it's the first one.
How do you know?
That's what
Why is
everyone
that in the
likes.
script, Kevin?
Oh.
And he actually sort of saves,
Here's a
he
baby.
saves Asgard, I think. But it's,
Okay, I gotta stop.
Come on, kids, to my creepy factory.
world of pure imagination.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's
I
good.
can't believe I just did that.
Cause the
No, honestly,
I got the second part.
Can you just a little bit of the Avengers theme in that voice?
I don't know the words, Clark, sorry. You feel like acting is really, the art of being an actor is the privilege of living in the shoes of someone else for a time. And my great privilege with Loki is a very, very charismatic and very beloved villain. And the word villain, I think, is interesting because villains don't believe that they're villains. They think they're doing the right thing, no matter how misguided that is. And that was really my corner that I came to it from. I thought, how can I make this relatable and accessible and somehow meaningful and three-dimensional and you know, everything that's ever moved me in cinema is ultimately human. And so I tried to make Loki possess as much humanity as I could. So it's a huge compliment to hear that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have a question for not Tom Hiddleston?
Hi, my name is Amy, and I have to do this, but Tom. But you are a beautiful, beautiful man. Now my question is for everyone.
Okay. Don't you think Tom is a beautiful man?
As you're playing all
Good
these
enough.
characters and as you're being in these movies, do you find yourselves becoming more emotionally attached to the characters? And do you find, like, when you're having conversations about
don't
them,
ask
that
good
you
questions.
become defensive?
it's really
Yeah, I'll briefly say yes.
no.
Anyone else?
I don't know.
Take your
Come on, man, take off the cap. I got lost in Tom's glove. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be fan fiction.
What was the question again? Was it about Tom?
Chris X.
I like Tom too.
Did you get that?
Nice.
It's about just like, I think it was sort of, is that like a method acting question? Like, do they get so into their characters that there's...
Like, if you get so involved in playing these parts over a long period of time, do you become, like, super emotionally attached to the character that you're playing?
Definitely. I mean, you can be attached to
This is
every
like a
character,
yes or no question.
whether it's a
Make
short amount
out.
of time or a long
They're
amount of
not
time.
gonna
Think about
make
films,
out.
it's permanent.
Make
You know what I mean?
out.
Everything you do
What's
on
wrong
film
with
is forever, especially now. You know, this stuff's gonna last. You know, my kids will see this stuff. So you don't approach every day as something extremely personal. You're doing it in service. So every role you play, whether you play it for 4 movies or for 2 weeks, you know, it's something that's personal, it's something that matters, and you get to
Too
see
bad.
this. So,
Still singing,
yeah, there's a deep attachment.
I have some.
Wait, Nick just called you?
I would have gone there.
I think let's just do one more question. One more question. All right, we gotta let easy. All right, yes.
All right, hello. First of all, thank you guys for turning Marvel into something amazing. And thank you, Tom, for turning Loki into one of my top 20 favorite villains.
Top 20, not bad.
And thirdly, this question is for Kevin.
He's a top 20 something.
I recently bought the Entertainment Weekly magazine for the Avengers. And I noticed that you got like new movies on the
Just
way,
like
like
his
Guardians
voice,
of the
it sounds like
Galaxy
Hazel.
and the Inhumans. Obviously, I feel like you're planning to bring the cosmic Marvel heroes together the same way you did with the Avengers. And if that's gonna happen, how is that gonna happen? Well, I mean, certainly we're going to continue. You know, we're working on a movie. We're in pre-production on a movie called Iron Man 3 right now. We've got a great director named Shane Black who's taking the reins of that character. And Iron Man 3 will be the first of what we sort of refer refer to as a phase 2 of this Avengers Assemble saga that will culminate, God willing, in an Avengers 2. Movies like Inhumans and Guardians, could certainly fit into that. Those movies, though, will introduce the groups in those movies. We're not going to do a Rocket Raccoon movie and a Groot movie and a Star-Lord movie on their own. They'll all be in the Guardians together.
Excellent. That was a fantastic last question. Well done, sir.